Hello and welcome to the BIG Festoon 2026. We are here, YVT on the road at the AO Arena. Can you believe it? Dani had a dream when she started the BIG Festoon, and from a room of 15 people has grown it to an arena. I am so excited because this time we are coming with intention and we have got real stories to find out who these people are, what they do, and they're going to get loud because closed mouths don't get fed. Let's go get loud with YVT on the road. Hello and welcome back to YVT on the road here at the BIG Festoon AO Arena 2026. I am joined by the expert in sales that is Leah Gregory. Leah, hello and welcome.
Hi, thanks.
I mean, you are the queen of sales, and not just, it's not about selling at people. I mean, you can do that, but you teach us how to feel comfortable with selling. Where does that skill come from?
I mean, I'd love to say like something really brilliant here, but basically I've never not had a sales job. When I dropped out of college at 17, I got a sales job and then I just really liked money, so I just continued to work in sales until I had a kid and then transitioned from corporate sales into doing what I'm doing now.
And you teach people that comfortability, because I think a lot of people forget when they start a business. They're like, this is my passion, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to make millions, I'm going to have a work-life balance, and then you go, cool, go sell people that, and they go,
it's awkward, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the comfortability that you've learned over all these years? Not that you're really old, sorry, that sounded like all these years, like
wow.
In the last 5 years since you dropped out of college.
Yeah, thank you, you've recovered well. I don't even know what the question was now because I'm so flattered that you said I left college 5 years ago.
What is it, the skill, like what are those skills you've picked up?
Definitely working in corporate sales, and where like I worked in a really hardcore environment where I would be cold calling, like I'd be doing like 100 dials a day. So you do develop a thick skin when you do that kind of sales for sure. My relationship with discomfort has definitely helped. It's just the repetition, it's just actually doing it. And I think, unfortunately, when we get into business, for a lot of people, and I know I piss a lot of people off when I say in talks and stuff, like, you're the head of sales in your business if you don't have one. When we start a business, it's because we want to like help people. Like I work with coaches and consultants who don't want to spend 50, 60, 70% of their week doing sales and marketing. But the reality is, especially when you start, that's what you do. It's a bit of a shock to the system, isn't it? When you're surprise,
Yeah.
You're going to be doing a lot of sales.
I have to sell myself.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, and this is it. It's that. Like even you saying then at 100 calls a day, I went, my whole body changed. Can anyone learn to sell?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I know that because I have trained so many people, and if we look at the context of coaches and consultants, like most of those people aren't salespeople. They haven't come from sales backgrounds. I've worked with lots of teachers, people that have worked in the NHS, all sorts of different backgrounds, but none of them have been sales related, and they have gone on to be very successful and have made a lot of money. So nobody is born being good at sales. It's skills that you can learn, anybody can learn, and I think it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier than it sounds or it feels. You know, we make it a much bigger deal than it is.
The difficulty I say I've seen, but really I feel as well, is selling something that I necessarily can't afford right now. I know I'm worth that much.
Yeah.
How do you get over those? Are the hurdles that people are facing? Is like, hey, here's this product or service and it's £3,000, and then you're sitting there going, oh my God, like how do I? But you are worth it. How do you get that into your head of going, you are absolutely worth that money?
Yeah. See, I actually think you're worth you cannot put a price on what you're worth. And I think when people say charge your worth, it's bollocks. You couldn't possibly. How could you charge what you're worth? Because you're like completely priceless, the most precious.
Oh, thanks.
Do you know? Like everyone, I mean you included, but you know? And so you can never charge your worth. So we should not attach our worth to anything.
So that's where people are going wrong?
Not necessarily going wrong, because I think, you know, I've heard speakers very recently who have stood on stages, who are very well respected salespeople, say, here's how you charge your worth. So you're just doing the best you can with the information that you have.
Yeah.
The reality is, though, it makes it very complicated when you don't feel like you're worth very much, or your confidence isn't as high as you'd like it to be. When you're then going out there to try and charge your worth, you then have stuff with your pricing. Whereas actually, it's nothing to do with you. That's the second thing. The reason that we often struggle when it comes to sales is we make it about us and not about them.
Right. Okay.
So it's actually nothing to do with us, what we can or can't afford. It's them. Our focus should be on the person who has the problem that we can help them solve.
Amazing, yeah. What's the process then working with you? How is it you break that down to make people feel more comfortable with selling?
It's the practical application of it, because and I know this because so many people come to me having spent a lot of time in Kajabi portals learning the theory, and they know intellectually, like, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to say, and that isn't helpful. It's one of the biggest things is the practical application. And so when I start working with people, we audit their sales call process so that we know whether we need a complete rebuild or whether we just need to refine it to make it work better. And then we will look at really important things like, how are you starting your conversations? Because there are a couple of things where we can actually create objections or excuses by not structuring our conversation in the right way.
I get that. It's that element, isn't it? It's like, you can read a book on learning how to swim, but then jump in the deep end. You're not going to swim.
Exactly.
So you actually need to start in that shallow end and build yourself up with those smaller, more comfortable sales, and then you do push your comfort zones to then get better and better until you're swimming in the deep end.
Yeah. If you want to get to the deep end faster, of course, you would hire someone to help you to get there quicker, because they would help you improve your skill, so you could absolutely do that and flounder and figure it out for yourself, or you could hire someone that's going to help you understand what you're not necessarily, how you're not helping yourself.
Connecting those puzzle pieces together.
Right, yeah. And it makes everything so much quicker.
So that being said, you are that person. We need to hire Leah.
Please do.
Right? What are the different ways we can work with you? I, you, all of us can work with you.
Can you go and get your credit cards?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we're on the cusp of something great here. So there are a couple of ways. The main way is my accelerator, which is all about mastery. So I don't work with beginners. All of the work that I do is about optimizing what you are already doing and making it work better. So for the people that I work best with are the people that already have a good lead flow. So they're getting sales calls booked, but they're really frustrated that most of them end in, I need to think about it, I need to speak to my partner, now's not the right time, the dog ate my homework, all of those excuses, and they're frustrated that they could be making a lot more money than they are, and they could be helping a lot more people, because there's nothing worse than getting on a call with your dream client and being like, oh my God, no, I can help you and I love you. And then they're like, this sounds great, but I need to think about it. What's there to think about? Yeah. And it's horrible.
Yeah.
And some people will say to me, I found out that they were working with a competitor 3 weeks later after they told me they couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. So I work with people for 6 months, and all we focus on is the decision moment. So structuring your conversations to lead to a decision that serves your client best. We make it about them, not about us. And we practice and we refine and we optimize. So
that's your accelerator program.
6 months, yeah.
What's one big misconception when it comes down to sales?
The biggest misconception for the people that I work with, because they already know that not all salespeople are pushy and all of that stuff that maybe a beginner wouldn't necessarily understand, is that your conversion rate should be low. And when you have people like Alex Hormozy, or I can't even think of it, someone else, but lots of the bigger names in our industry where they have the infrastructure to support volume would say, if your close rate is above 30%, you need to put your prices up. You should keep your close rate at 30%. Which the reality is, if you are a coach who, as maybe an assistant or one team member, you're not built for volume. Your business isn't built for volume. And if you want to double the amount of sales calls that you're having, your choice is either double your lead flow, which we all know requires more speaking gigs, more visibility, pumping out content like you're a content machine, all of that stuff, launching all the time. And then do you have space in your diary to double the amount of sales calls that you're having? And not often what happens is we just try and fit into this volume model when we have no desire to build a business like that. And so I think that is the biggest misconception, my biggest frustration is that actually it would do you a massive favour if your conversion was even 60%, you know?
Incredible, yeah. And it's funny, isn't it? You watch these names that you kind of rely on, and actually the information isn't quite accurate to necessarily where you are.
Right.
And it's not that they're wrong, like you say, but can you cope with that capacity?
Yeah, like is your setup geared for that model?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what about results? So what results are you seeing through your clients that are working on your accelerator?
Really exciting results. It's the most rewarding part of my work, actually. Like, I work with coaches who want to change the world in some way. So I work with people who want to help people build generational wealth and break cycles around money, for example. And there's one person in particular that I'm thinking of who, when we started working together, only 15% of her sales calls were resulting in a yes. And within 8 weeks, she was closing 83%.
Wow.
Yeah, so and that's a 15k offer. So that is a very meaningful difference in terms of the money that she was making.
And presumably from a capacity side of things, again, she's now got to a capacity she's happy with. It's allowing her business to do much better, her life to do much better. So is delivering all it needs to deliver for her without pushing her out of that comfort zone and out of those zones.
Yeah, you're not having to do any more lead generation. You're not having to book any more sales calls. You're just converting more of the calls that you already have.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Leah, thanks so much for joining us. If you're in a position where you've got those sales and you want to get a conversion, you understand the sales, it's just something not quite clicking, go and speak to Leah, go and connect with her. We're going to put all the links, all the website, everything in the show notes and description below. Go and have a look at the accelerator as well and see if that can work for you. Leah, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
The BIG Festoon is at the AO Arena.
What an absolute step up. This is incredible.
I'm feeling energised. Ask me that in 2 days' time.
We've had our rehearsals on stage. They were sick.
How are you feeling, Dani?
Tonight is the VIP drinks reception. We're going to be having some great conversations, but honestly, I can't believe we're here. I am so excited for the next 2 days.
We're going to hold your heart, we're going to make hope in your eyes, and you're going to have the most fantastic time.
I can't even put it in words how excited I am.
It's going to be fun, it's going to be high energy, it's going to be really informative, you're going to learn some incredible things.
How far we've come since we were in Bolton Stadium only last year.
Can't even describe being on stage in front of that amount of people.
I am taking so much away from this incredible event.
What's been so amazing so far is the energy of everyone here. They love being here, they want to connect with people, and of course, the amazing Dani, Mother Wallace.
We've just upgraded, haven't we? We've upgraded. Day one is done, but guess what's to come? Bedlam Bingo!
Big Festoon Bingo, how are we doing tonight? Wasn't me, all the sixes, all the threes, number 33! Dinosaur! Do you know what? I'm interested in the question.
Love you, Rory!
BIG Festoon is different to any other event, let alone business event. The heart is people with heart wanting to show up as themselves, wanting each other to show up as themselves, all running businesses, running projects, leading teams, and we want to bring our best selves to that.
Such a lovely feeling to always come back here year after year.
lots of emotions released.
Lots and lots of love in the room, and I feel really motivated and inspired to just go and share the love even more.
Phase 1. We're coming back in March next year. I will see you then.